Ciao everyone! Welcome to another virtual live city tour in Italy. Today we are going to the Eternal City Rome and we're going to be touring the Prati neighborhood. Today's special guest is Toni Brancatisano. Toni has lived in Italy since 1998 and she now lives in the Prati neighborhood of Rome. Toni is amazing. She's done so many great things. She's been a food host for the Italian Food Channel. She is a cookbook author, she is a recipe developer, and she even runs food tours in Rome. So I am very excited to chat to her today. Thanks everyone. I can see you all joining. Toni, I'm going to add you into the chat now. Just bear with me. Awesome. Accept. Okay. Amazing. Just bear with us one moment as Toni joins. Yeah.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Putting my earphones in. How is everyone this morning? I'm good. I'm actually standing in my street. As you can see, it's a really busy shopping street. And I'm very excited by the gorgeous blue sky today as well. Okay. Hang on, I'm twisting my... I've got you on a selfie stick so you don't have to look at my face so closely. But first things first, Liv, what's the most important thing of the day when we start the day here in Italy? Coffee.
Yeah.
So, this is a historic, amazing international food store. It's been here since 1932 and they have quite a few stores around Rome, but this is their flagship store. So they have a bar. This is where I have my coffee every morning. I actually have about 3 coffees every morning, but not here. I have 3 bars when I love, so I sort of divide myself between them. This is where I also buy my coffee. And I think for the Australians watching, it has an interesting ingredient. It's an international food store, so I'm going to show you an interesting ingredient. So I'm going to have a coffee, and then I'm going to walk you around, and we're going to see some sights. But before the monuments, caffeine. Now, I have to put my mask on because we still have to wear them indoors, so just bear with me. Trying to multitask. This guy wants to look at my green pass. Ascolta, siccome sto facendo un live, loro mi conoscono, ogni giorno sono qui. Ti posso far vedere dopo il green pass? Ce l'ho. Hang on, I'm going to turn the camera around because I want you to see. Ciao, Antonio. Hang on, I can work out where to do that. Where do I do that?
Is there a button?
I see. Okay. So as you can see, this is the first thing you see when you walk into the store. It's the coffee. And this is Antonio here. Antonio has worked here for 36 years. You know, wave at you. And so you buy your coffee here as well. And so this is where I buy my coffee, and then they ask you how you want it ground. Now remember in the olden days when we go to the milk bar and you get a bag of mixed lollies? This is sort of the equivalent.
Oh my God.
Feel the sweet, and then up the top of the alcohol. Sto parlando con Australia, Antonio. He's asking who I'm speaking to. So this is the store. This is Felicia, one of the owners, family owned, and let's go get a coffee. Now, if the internet cuts out, I'll run out of the store because I'm a bit worried about that here. Now, so I'm going to get a coffee and it's going to cost me €1.
Like that.
Love that.
And what kind of coffee do you take?
Exactly. Charita, un caffè, grazie.
You just take
She doesn't also know that she's in Australia at the moment. Charita, grazie. So I'm just going to hang at the end of the bar. I'm going to show you the bar.
Oh, amazing.
Macchiato. The barman's looking at me. Do I want to say it now? I'm just going to run down and show you this ingredient that I think everyone will find fascinating that they sell here. Hang on, I'm going to move this out of the way.
Baked beans. Yay, Vegemite. Oh, and with that, we've frozen.
Vegemite, and it costs €7.80 for that small jar.
Oh my god! Wow, that is a pricey Vegemite.
So yeah,
Wow.
cheap coffee, expensive Vegemite. Grazie. Okay, so I've just grabbed my cafe macchiato.
Perfect.
I've just realised I can't put sugar in with one hand, so I'll be having no sugar today. And this is what I'm normally tempted by. So that's the Roman maritozzo, which is a cream bun filled with plain cream.
Oh my god!
I actually don't. I find it too much cream in the morning, but all their pastries here are homemade. And hang on.
Toni, do you have a full breakfast now? Have you
Do I?
Italian life and have a sweet breakfast?
Say that again.
Do you have a sweet breakfast now?
I don't usually have breakfast. That's my breakfast right there. But yeah, for me it is sweet, and if I do, every now and again I really crave a pastry, and I love anything with sultanas or apple in it.
Yum.
Now I'm going to walk through this store. Sorry. I'm gonna walk out of this store, but I'm gonna walk through it. So if the internet cuts out, just bear with me, okay? I'm gonna turn around. There we go. So you can actually see. Gorgeous car. So these are like Mexican products. So it's just an embarrassment of choice of products. The American section.
Wow.
And then wine, and then it goes all the way around here.
Wow.
And then we have this is the best bit, the chocolate section. This is Roberta, one of the owners. Say buongiorno to Australia.
Buongiorno.
And this is the amazing Asian section. Now this is incredible because when I first moved here, I couldn't believe that I could find suddenly all these wonderful Asian ingredients that normally could never find. So that's Castroni.
Wow.
And now we're going to go for a walk.
That is amazing.
I'm actually going to walk away from the I'm actually walking away from the shops now, so I just want to show you that actually this neighbourhood is really residential as well. And I also want to walk on a quiet street so that you can hear me better and I can hear you better. Get away from all the traffic.
People are saying that they can't hear me, but as long as you can hear me, so I'm not sure.
I couldn't hear you at the beginning, Liv, so when you yelled before, I could hear you beautifully.
Okay, I'll just yell. Now, Toni, so for people watching, where is Prati?
So Prati is the neighbourhood that borders on the Vatican City, and it's actually quite a new neighbourhood compared to like the historic centre of Rome. So when you come to Rome and you hear about things that have been there for 2,000 years, this neighbourhood was urbanised after the unification of Italy. So like our building was built in the early 1900s. So, and you can also tell by the sort of the geographical layout of the town of the neighbourhood. So it's all very grid-like, as opposed to windy, curly streets in the centre. The name Prati though comes from. So I'm just going to walk. The name Prati comes from the word prato. So prato is a field, a grassy green field. So Prati, this used to be fields of green, lots and lots of lawn. It's apparently where the military first decided to come because it was a good place to put their horses. So no, it's a really pretty neighborhood. And actually the street that I was standing on, where the entrance to the coffee shop Castroni, that's the street I live on. So really busy shopping street.
Wow.
So up one end, you go all the way up one end and you get to the Vatican. Turn around and go the other direction. You'll cross the bridge and end up in Piazza Del Popolo. So normally at this time of the morning I'm walking in Villa Borghese, and so what I normally do is walk to Piazza del Popolo and then just a quick walk up and I'm up in the gardens and have my walk around the park every morning. For those who follow me, they know that's where I sort of get out of the city and have my walk in the park. But it's beautiful, like on a day like today. Gorgeous.
Wow. And how long have you been in Prati for?
Oh, God, that's a good question. I was thinking about that yesterday. So in total, this August, I would have been in Italy for 24 years.
Wow.
I can't believe that when I say that, actually. And I've been in Prati for probably just over 7 years, maybe. Yeah.
Wow. And you love
or maybe a bit more. I'm trying to work it out. So before then, I lived in Tuscany, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
And I lived, though, but by the beach. So a lot of people don't think of the beach, especially Americans. They don't think of the beach when they think of Tuscany. They think of, like Chianti and Siena.
Whereabouts near the beach?
Sorry?
Whereabouts?
So I was in Castel Sant Angelo, which is a beautiful artistic town. It's known for its marble sculpting. So it's because it's near the Carrara Marble Mountains. And in between Viareggio and Forte Romano. So Viareggio is famous for the carnival, which is happening at the moment.
Yes.
Although I'm not sure they are doing carnival. I was asking the other day about COVID. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of an Italian illegal cross the road now. Running.
Amazing.
So actually, this is also a really beautiful street. Yeah, so this is also via Crescenzio, and this will also take you to the Vatican. But before we go to St. Peter's Square, I want us to we're going to go somewhere else. Oh my God, can you believe I'm walking past a jackhammer? Well, actually, if we do this walk without an ambulance going by, it'll be a miracle.
So I didn't ask you about your favourite places to eat in the neighbourhood. So we've seen the coffee, but what about restaurants? What's your favourite?
Yes. No, there are some great restaurants in the neighbourhood. Like the thing about, I think in Italy, whatever neighbourhood you live in, you really do stick to your neighbourhood. Because a lot of my friends go, Toni, you can get out of Prati, and I'm like, yes, but here and I have a supermarket, like 4 supermarkets within every block. I'm just going to turn this around so you just see where I am. So restaurants, yes, I have a great hamburger restaurant on the corner. I have some of my favourite little local Trasteveres. It really has everything. There's even, what sprung up, which has become very popular now in Italy. I'm trying to see where to cross the road. Poke bowls, sushi places, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm just... Okay, so now I'm going to cross on the pedestrian crossing, and let's just see how well the cars behave here. Everyone's going to cross with me. You're going to cross with me. Oh, actually, you've got no cars, so that was good. That was just pure luck. Okay, so these are the gardens that surround Castel Sant Angelo. But we have to walk all the way around to get to the front entrance.
Do you still have moments when you pinch yourself and you actually live here in Rome?
I do. So the town I used to live in, Piazza Santa, beautiful. I was just there actually this weekend. But small town. I think I've always been a bit of a city girl, and I like the I can't say the word. I like being anonymous sometimes. So, like in the small town, everyone knows you.
Yeah.
And, when you have those days, you don't really feel like speaking to people. um, so small town, you have to walk out and say hello to everyone. Plus, I went through a not a very nice divorce there, so I was really actually coming to Rome was like this breath of fresh air, and I would walk out the front door, and I didn't know anybody. It was great. So, but I do love Rome for the fact that it's busy, and if I am having a bit of a day, I do just go for a walk, and I look up and I look around, and I'm like, wow.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. How amazing. If you weren't in Rome, I was going to ask you this towards the end, I feel like it fits perfectly. If you weren't in Rome, then another Italian city, where would you be?
That's a good question. I was thinking about this overnight, actually. I do love Florence.
Yeah. And your sister's there?
I think my sister Lisa would be happy if I moved to Florence.
Yeah.
But, there's so many Italian places in Italy that I love. So, I want to answer, well, in the summer I'd like to be here. And then in the winter I'd like to be here. And, for the very first time in November, I went to the region of Alto Adige, Trentino. So in all the years I've lived in Italy, and I've never understood people saying, oh, we're going to the mountains. Sorry, I just want to turn this around because this is just gorgeous. So so that was a region of Italy that I absolutely fell in love with. I did a lot of hiking, and so I get now why people want to go.
I remember seeing the photos, and they are amazing. There's some events where there's like the old town underneath the lake. I can't remember the name, but it looks incredible.
Well, a lot of people say to me, oh, it's the wrong time to go. A lot of places will be closed before the summer. Isn't that just the most gorgeous view? Sorry, that just... But I said, it was there. It was autumn. It was magical. All the colours of the autumn leaves. Now, I just want to show everyone this wall or tunnel that I've walked underneath. This is actually called the Passetto. And although it just looks like a wall, it was a secret tunnel built. God, now I'm going to have to, I think, built back in like 1200 and something. And it was built as a secret escape path should the Pope ever need to escape, because it runs from the Vatican to Castel Sant Angelo. Okay?
Wow.
So Castel Sant Angelo, many, many years ago, the Pope lived. There's actually jails underground, the prisons. You can go visit them. But you can when you do a tour of the castle, you can sometimes go underground. So we did a tour once of this Passetto, this tunnel, and you can see the little slits just above the arches. They're little windows, so there's a tunnel inside, but you can also walk up the top. So there's a tunnel inside, and then there's the bit on the top.
That's amazing. I'm definitely adding it to my list. Go into the secret tunnel and get this food.
Secret tunnel, and I think in the history it's been used twice for the Pope to escape. Yeah, not any time recently.
No.
So walking here, this is the walls to the Tevere in front of me, but you'll see I'm approaching Castel Sant Angelo.
Yay! Oh, it's amazing. You've got all of this just at your fingertips, your doorstep, literally. Amazing.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
And I think I'll walk onto the bridge that's the Ponte De Angeli with all the statues of the angels, because it's actually the most beautiful, iconic view of the castle that you see from the front.
Amazing, Toni. Oh, it's stunning.
It's quite warm today. It feels like spring, which is just bizarre because we are in February.
What's the temperature there at the moment? It's beautiful.
I don't know. It probably feels warmer than what it actually is, though. I'm always surprised when I look at the temperature. Yeah, okay. Got the busker getting ready to play.
Amazing. Have you noticed a lot of tourists back at the moment?
Well, funny you say that. I do have a tour tonight, but just with only 2 people. But I've got one on Saturday night with a group of 10. All Americans, just walking towards the American priests here. Maybe not American.
They're really enjoying the walk. Thank you.
Well, you see what I've just turned around?
Yeah.
So that's St.
Wow.
Peter's, but we'll walk
Wow.
towards there when I've finished. We'll just
Yeah.
admire the beautiful police horses.
Mm.
If you follow me when I do my walk in Villa Borghese, I'm always photographing the horses.
Yeah. I've seen
Well, I'm actually not sure what's better looking, the horses or the men that sit on top of them.
the dream package. You've got some music in the background.
Yeah. Oh, an ambulance. There you go. At least we got to
Yeah,
see an ambulance.
we've got to see the ambulance.
So these are the paths that go down to the river. You can walk down here. When it rains though, the water sometimes floods here, so you can't. All that is underwater.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to walk on them.
Like we're in luck with no rain today. Oh, here we are. Oh, gorgeous.
So, but I'll get halfway and then I'll turn around so you get to see better. But it is stunning.
And Toni, you're quite close to Trastevere.
Yeah, so I'll be walking to Trastevere later. Trastevere from here, I walk along the river. It takes me about 20 minutes.
Yeah, nothing.
I walk everywhere actually. You know, when I moved here from Tuscany, I sold my car because, I mean, as you see, I'm in Centro, and the idea of having a car, just paying for registration insurance to sit on the street and rust was just a complete waste of money.
Yeah.
And at my age, you need to be walking, so.
Yeah, but that's so great about Rome because you can just walk everywhere. Really, especially where you live. Everywhere's within walking distance.
There we go.
Beautiful.
And if I'm not walking, I'll catch the bus sometimes. There's the metro, the underground. And, I'm lucky where I live. There's a metro stop which takes me straight to Termini, the main train station. So that's easy. Or I rent those electric bikes.
Oh, yeah, great.
I'm not brave enough to ride there we go, speak of them. I'm not brave enough to ride these because I think that's when you'll see my funeral's about to happen because these beautiful cobblestones, I think I'd hit one little hole and then that'd be it. I'll be dead.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? That view is amazing. Oh.
So, some people think that Prati, if you're coming to Rome, it's a nice neighborhood to stay in, and as you can see, you can just walk across a bridge and you're in the center. So it's quiet, it's different, but it's you're not far out from everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I guess if you want to visit the Vatican, you're in such a good position. It's right there.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Good time to visit at the moment. I don't think there's that many crowds that there used to be pre-COVID.
Yeah, it's a really nice time to visit Rome. I've been there in the winter time, and it's always been, we've been lucky this always been nice weather and less crowd.
Look, so I think it's funny because I go visit Lisa, and I'm amazed. I notice just the difference, the humidity in Florence. When I say humidity, that dampness.
Yeah.
In Italian, the umidità. And then when I come back to Rome, I'm always surprised by how dry it feels here. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
And I used to say to people, oh, it never rains much in Rome, but just before Christmas we had it seemed like endless rain. But no, it is normally warmer here. Coming from where you live, if you came here now, you'd be like, oh my God, it feels definitely like spring. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, almost.
Almost. Yeah, I know. Really, that's a little bit colder, but I think the mountains keeping a little bit of the heat. But it's definitely not warm at the moment. You still need a big coat to go out and about in June.
So if you were to keep walking along here, actually there's a beautiful little sort of market that's not really a market. They're little stalls that sell books and some souvenirs along the river. And there's a gorgeous little cafe shop. So, one could have a second coffee sitting here under the trees. That big building you see right at the end there. Where's my finger? That building right there. That's just the back of the Supreme Court, which is you can't really see how beautiful it is. It's such a stunning piece of architecture. And there's the the river again,
So cold.
and
That's beautiful.
and then St. Peter's in the background. And
How
then, yeah,
lovely.
this is the park. So you could go around, you could walk around the park let's walk towards St. Peter's. Let's go into St. Peter's Square.
Yeah, let's listen. Now, Tony, I wanted to ask, and I didn't warn you of this question, but it's about living in Rome. And I mean, you've lived in Tuscany, and now you've lived in Rome. And I speak to a lot of people who live in Rome, or they're from Rome originally, and a lot of people say, like, if maybe one day I'd like to live in Rome as well for a little bit. And they say, oh, don't do it, it's really difficult. What do you think?
I wouldn't say that, but I suppose, like, I didn't come here as the single traveller looking for a
Yeah,
place to live. Like, and I'll be
yeah,
honest, if I didn't live with Alberto, my partner, I don't know if I'd actually afford to live in Prati because it is a sort of more expensive neighbourhood. So I'm
yeah.
really honest there. Like, I'm not sure, especially the last 2 years with COVID, it really made me think, because suddenly, there were no tourists, so suddenly I had no work. And I
Yeah.
actually said, oh my God, I remember saying to Alberto, like, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have a place to, like, if I wasn't living with him, because, I certainly wasn't earning enough to pay rent every month. So that was a real sort of shock, I think, because, so many of
Oh,
us here do
absolutely.
work and live month to month. A bit
Yeah.
frightening. But yeah, so no,
Yeah.
so I can't say from someone just coming from overseas to find a place to live. But
Yeah.
I think Rome is easy because of the city, insofar as you do go out drinking and you're going to meet people and make friends, and so for
Yeah.
that, here we go, bit of music.
Oh, beautiful.
The buskers here play here. They take it in turns. They're usually amazing.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
And I love this view. Like, this photograph is in the background, framed
So
by the
beautiful.
cypress trees. No, what are they? Sorry, pine trees. What did I say? Cypress. Pine.
No,
They're pine trees.
so beautiful. Oh, it really is special, isn't it?
I think too, Rome, sorry, going back to living in Rome, like, apart from rent and all the rest of it, you know,
Yeah.
food, coffee, not you can eat and not spend a fortune. I mean, obviously one can go to expensive restaurants. That's true for every city of the world.
Yeah.
But I think if you are on a budget, you can definitely eat here. And apart from street food, like on my food tours, when we
Yeah.
do, I show people that you don't have to sit down at an expensive restaurant to get a really good bowl of pasta or some really good. Okay, I'm gonna hang on. I don't know how much time I've got on the.
You're
No.
fine. You're good.
Okay, no, because I was going to run across the road, but as you can see, I would have had all that coming at me. So I think we'll wait. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, that's interesting about them. Yeah, and I mean, you're living so central. It's just such a great place to live and concentrate. Like, if you
But
weren't in South,
sorry.
if you weren't in South, what would you do if you live in that place? Would you visit it?
Speak
If
louder,
you,
Liz. No, speak louder.
besides Prati, do you have other Roman neighborhoods?
Neighbourhood.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Trastevere I've gotten to know through work. I had to get to know Trastevere to do my food tours. And I also love the centre, like around, so I call it the centre, but like Campo di Fiori area, um, like all around there, and just wandering around some of the little streets. Like, I always say you could walk along the same street for 2-3 years, and then maybe one day you'll look up and you'll see something that you haven't seen. You're like, oh my God, how long has that been there? It's things you don't notice before. And lots of cute little boutiques and things.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm still waiting to cross the road. I'm thinking, do I run? But let's not have death live. Let's not have death live on Instagram in
No,
front of them. Mind you,
let's
guys,
control.
I'm not far from God, so.
So how long has it been since you've been back to Australia then?
Well, luckily, I took my children. We had an amazing holiday for Christmas 2019 before the world turned upside down. And I've been like with Lisa, like we'd gone for 2 weeks or 10 days. I'd gone by myself. But my children, oh, look at this, hang on. Oh, sorry, there it's gone past. Cute little yellow thing. I'm going to turn that around just in case you get any other cute little cars going. But my children hadn't been for, okay, we can go. My children hadn't been for 13 years. So it was such a special, it was a special holiday. And Annabella, my daughter, actually then stayed. She's 21 now, but she stayed with my father, and she worked in a cafe in Middle Park there. And it was perfect because it was like lunch, and it was Jack the Geezer, it was called, in Middle Park. And so she did lunch, breakfast and lunch, and then she'd finish every day at 4:30. Perfect.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, the rest of the day to explore.
So Carabinieri here, checking cars. I've just realised I'm walking in the middle of the road, so I better move over. But no, we did all the... Sorry? Go on.
No, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was going to say, if you're approaching the Vatican, I'm sure you're here every Sunday or night or watching the Pope speak, considered so close.
No, right. Not a good Catholic girl. People say that, oh, you live around the corner, you must go see the Pope when he does his speech. No, every week I go, oh, I should have gone. He was just there. But no, I think I've gone once. And it wasn't even to see this Pope. But I will say, I'm sorry, people are crossing, although we're not supposed to. Oh my God, I don't really know if I'm supposed to cross. Oh yeah, I can now. No, I will say, I think you don't even have to be Catholic. If you do stand in St. Peter's Square and you happen to see the Pope giving an audience, it is a pretty special feeling. It's just pretty surreal. It's like, oh my God. My children still live in Tuscany, and my son came here with some friends for New Year's Eve. And one of his friends, we met for coffee on New Year's Day, and one of his friends with the girlfriend, I don't think they'd slept all night actually. And they happened to be in the Piazza of St. Peter's, and she was like in the St. Peter's Cathedral, and there was a mass, and the Pope went past. I said, oh my God, like close-up selfies with the Pope on New Year's Day.
Oh my God, wow.
No, I come here to, well, obviously if you have tourists visiting, that's when you probably see the best of your city. You become a tourist yourself. Every year when the Christmas tree and nativity scene are out, that's my annual, I'll come to see that. And I have actually climbed up to the top of the, right up the top here, of the cupola. And I said to my girlfriend the other day, we should do that again, actually. The very first time I did it, though, it was like, I don't know what I was thinking, it was like 38 degrees. And I thought that would be a good day to climb to the top. No, but it's stunning, and you don't need to pay to get into St. Peter's. Like if you didn't want to do the Vatican Museum tour, you can line up in the morning and you just go straight into St. Peter's Basilica. You can walk up, you can catch a lift halfway. I think that costs €5 or €7, and then you walk the rest of the way up. It's still quite a walk though. Still I don't know how many hundreds of steps. But once you're up the top, it's definitely worth it for the view.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I definitely want to do that as well. There's normally quite a queue always
depends what time you come. You can be lucky actually and not have to queue. We'll see what the queue's doing today. That'll be interesting actually. I think tourists are slowly coming back to the city. Behind these buildings is another neighbourhood, which just is the neighbourhood before Prati. It's called Bordego, and it's tiny, a gorgeous little street. And Bordego probably resembles more the historic centre than, it doesn't look as new and shiny as Prati, put it that way. And this street, which is the Via della Conciliazione, just think, this street here, once upon a time, had, before the unification of Italy, had houses. This was all, so you would turn around a corner and just stumble upon St. Peter's. You didn't have this
Wow.
huge entrance, and people wanted to look that up. It was part of it was an agreement, and they knocked it all down, and that's why it's called the conciliazione with the government and the church.
Wow.
Just can't imagine, being told that your house was about to be pulled down, so, you've got to leave. I know.
Crazy. Wow. Wow, I
If you
did
look
not
at,
know that.
just to Google old photographs, it's actually incredible to see the before and after.
It's so different. Wow, amazing. Hi from Melbourne, someone's saying ciao.
Oh, kisses to Melbourne. Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful Melbourne. What's the weather like in Melbourne? Who's going to answer that?
yeah. Good question.
Could be similar to this, actually.
It could be, yeah, knowing Melbourne. Oh, it's beautiful, Tony.
Okay, so I'm walking. I'm going to try and go right into the piazza.
Yeah,
And we'll...
amazing.
Okay, so there's not a really long queue for St. Peter's, because normally the queue can go, sometimes it can go all the way across the piazza.
Wow.
But, okay, to get in, we've got to go.
30 degrees in Sydney, and it's warm in Melbourne. Thanks, guys, for telling me.
What is it in Sydney? 30?
30. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, gosh. There's a world away at the moment.
Okay, I'm just going to come in here.
Phillip Island has got some watching. Beautiful.
Oh, Phillip Island, God, childhood memories.
Just at the saying there's a nice Roman Strata which talks about that, how they knocked down the houses that you're saying to me, and you can see the pictures.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. Incredible. Okay, so there's
Wow.
really not much of a queue. There's a queue, that's all those people lining up in front of me. Behind those sort of little fences are lining up, but normally the queue goes all the way around here, and I've seen it finish up all the way over there. So actually, it's not so bad.
No, that's reasonable. Absolutely. Perfect day to visit the Vatican, see?
So this is where that window on the far right of that building in the middle is the window comes out of.
Wow. Beautiful. Oh,
Just gorgeous.
we feel like we're there with you. Beautiful.
Such a beautiful, beautiful day.
Oh,
Like I have a coat on, but I don't have much on underneath, and I am hot.
yeah, I remember we were in Rome in December, and it was so warm. I think by the end of it, like, with the sunshine that we go get there, it's definitely
Yeah, when the sun's out and the sun is hot.
Yeah.
Just stunning. Any other questions though from anyone? When's everyone coming to visit us?
No, thank you. I can't see any others. If anyone has any questions, pop them in now before we say ciao to Tony. Now, Tony, what are you doing afterwards? Are you having another coffee?
Well, I might, because I've only had one today. But I'll turn this way. But I think I actually have a cake to decorate. I decided to get into some baking yesterday. I feel like I've ignored recipes, blogs, cooking for such a long time. I've sort of been in a rut actually. But I'm also like, well then, who's going to eat all this? Because I've been trying to sort of be really good and diet. And, if I bake a cake, who do you think eats that cake? Me. I have no self-control. Like, when you walk past and you just cut yourself a thin slice and then another, I always say by the end of the day, there's no cake left because I've had so many thin slices, I've finished the whole thing. So I made a cake yesterday and I'm going to go home and decorate it and then give it a little photo shoot. And I say a little photo shoot. I mean, all this can take me several hours. And then I'll edit the photos and put them on Instagram. Yeah, so those food photos that anyone's looking at my Instagram, they don't usually just happen in 5 or 10 minutes. That's carefully styled. I'm walking up to where you come out of the Vatican because I thought we should finish looking at the Swiss Guards. Hang on.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was just going to tell you as well. Philomena said she's coming in September to Rome, and we've got lots of people saying that they've done that time that you're saying in St. Peter's as well.
Is that Philomena who's coming in September?
Yeah, she's coming in September, she said.
Good. I'll be booking a table for our spritz then.
Amazing.
Always
And someone else
always
said,
happy for an excuse to have a spritz, everybody, okay?
oh, absolutely. Well, I'll come, Tony, and I'll have a spritz with you as well, I
We
think.
have to have a Campari spritz or a Negroni. I actually love a Negroni, but I always forget how strong they are. And then I order the second one and go, oh, maybe I shouldn't have had that second one.
I agree.
There we go. Coming right up to the steps here. I'm just waiting for someone to tell me to turn around and go back. Oh, there we go. There's the no entry. So very serious Swiss guards. I'm actually surprised they still have to wear masks, considering we don't have to wear them outside anymore.
Interesting.
I mean, they're not exactly mixing with the crowds.
No.
There you go. Very serious.
There
we go.
Oh, perfect. You've given us a close-up.
I wasn't sure I could do that.
Yeah, me either.
Love their outfits. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, so good.
Okay.
Wow. Well, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for this tour, Toni. I loved it.
Absolute pleasure. Sorry. Apart from these monuments, I could do 3 or 4 of these walks around my neighbourhood with you because, I mean, obviously these are the standout things to see in Prati. This is the touristy monument things, but, you know, you could come with me and do my food shop. You could come with me and we could have my 3 coffees with me. And I'd show you why I like each bar differently.
Yeah.
There we go. Or you could all come with me when I do my walk through Villa Bordego.
That would be amazing.
Isn't that just stunning?
Oh, so beautiful.
Stunning.
Oh, I love it. I love Rome.
Toni, if anyone wants to book one of your tours, how can they do that?
Well, they can contact me privately through Instagram, but my email is also, or through my blog, you'll see my email. My email's, it's easy. It's Toni Brancatisano, Chiocciola, I'm talking Italian, at gmail.com. So easy to find me. And my blog is just my name.com as well. So easy.
Easy, perfect. Grace said, thank you, Toni, and she hopes to do a tour with you soon. Me
Kisses,
too.
Grace. Lovely. Thank you for listening and tuning in. I know you gave up a very important TV show to join us today.
Thank you, Grace. We feel very privileged. Thank you so much, Toni. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
I'm going to save this on my profile so everyone can go back and watch it if they couldn't make the live. And I hope to see you in Rome soon.
Love to see you live in Rome. We'll have a drink. We'll eat a beautiful, perfect carbonara. And I just want to send kisses to everyone in Australia. We miss you guys.
Thank you.
We miss you here. Ciao.
Ciao, everyone.
Ciao.
Grazie. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.